So you're already using PostgreSQL. You know it, you love it, it's reliable. But now you want to add some serious AI search power to your app. The last thing you want is the nightmare of managing a whole second database, right? Well, if that sounds like you, then you're in the right place. Let's break down how you can do it.
I mean, this is the question on every single developer's mind right now. How do you add those amazing features like semantic search or product recommendations or even retrieval augmented generation, RAG, where an AI can actually use your own data to answer questions? It feels like this massive project, like you'd have to rebuild your entire infrastructure. But it might just be way simpler than you think.
At the end of the day, it really boils down to this fundamental choice. For a while, it seemed like the only way forward was to bolt on a completely separate, super specialized vector database. But now, there's a different path. A path where you enhance the powerful, reliable database that millions of us already know and trust.
Let's dig into that old way a little more because it creates a very real dilemma for development teams, especially for those of us who have built our entire world around the rock-solid stability of Postgres.
And this, right here, is the core of the problem. You either have to go learn a totally new API and manage a second database, which, let me tell you, keeping data in sync between two systems is an absolute nightmare, or you're staring down the barrel of rewriting your entire data layer. For a lot of teams, the pain is just so high that they throw their hands up and decide to skip these powerful AI features entirely, and that's a real shame. But what if you didn't have to make that choice? What if there was a better way? Well, this is where Postgres comes in, with its super elegant, integrated answer. And its name is pgvector.
And there it is. pgvector isn't some brand new database you have to learn. It's not a replacement for anything. It's just a simple, open source extension. Think of it like an add-on that unlocks new superpowers for the Postgres you're already running. It lets you handle vectors and perform these crazy fast similarity searches right where all your other data already lives.
You know, this analogy just hits the nail on the head. Using a separate vector database is like building a whole new garage just for your new electric car. It's overkill. But pgvector, that's like just installing an EV charger in the garage you already own. It's integrated, it's efficient, and everything is managed in one single place. Okay, so the concept is simple, it's powerful, I get it. But how does it actually work? Like, how do you use this thing with the SQL you already know and write every day? Well, let's look at the 3 key ingredients that make it all possible.
First things first, pgvector gives you a brand new data type. Just like you have text or integer or timestamp, you now have vector. And you can add a column with this type to any of your tables. You just tell it the dimensions to match your AI model, say 1536 for OpenAI's embeddings, and boom, your vectors are now sitting right next to your user IDs, your product descriptions, all your normal data.
Second, and this is so cool, it adds new operators right into SQL itself. These are the tools you use to measure how similar two vectors are. That little spaceship operator, for example, measures cosine distance, which is basically just a fancy way of saying how similar the direction of two concepts is. So instead of making some complex API call, you're using these simple, intuitive operators right inside your select statement. And of course, none of this matters if it's slow. Search has to be fast. That's why pgvector supports incredibly powerful indexes like HNSW. Now, that stands for Hierarchical Navigable Small World, which is a mouthful, but just think of it as creating a super efficient GPS for your vectors. It lets Postgres find the closest matches almost instantly, even when you're dealing with millions of items. This is what makes it truly production ready. And here is the payoff. Just look at how clean and simple this is. We're selecting from our regular profiles table, and we're simply ordering by the distance between our embedding column and the vector we're searching for. Then we just take the top 10. That's it. It's readable, it's familiar, it's just SQL. This one little query is all you need to power a feature like finding users with similar interests. It is that simple to integrate.
So, okay, the tech is impressive, and the fact that it's just SQL is amazing. But the real question, the big one, is this the right tool for your project? Let's walk through a really practical way to figure that out.
This little table here lays out the landscape perfectly. And the column you really want to focus on is familiarity. See, pgvector and managed services built on it, like Supabase, they let you stick with the SQL you already know. The second you jump over to a specialized service like Pinecone, you're learning a whole new API. Now sure, they can scale to absolutely massive levels, but that usually comes with a much bigger price tag and a lot more operational complexity. So this really defines the sweet spot.
pgvector is an absolutely perfect fit if your team is already on Postgres, if you love the power and familiarity of SQL, and you want to keep your costs and your complexity way, way down. It is an absolute powerhouse for most applications that just need to add AI features without adding a whole new, complicated moving part to their tech stack.
But hey, let's be real. It's not a silver bullet for everything. If you're building a system that needs to search through billions of vectors with the absolute peak performance, or if your number one goal is squeezing every last drop of optimization out of your vector search, then yeah, a specialized database might be a better choice for you. And obviously, if you're not using Postgres in the first place, this isn't for you.
And you know, that really leaves us with this final thought. For a huge number of apps out there, the answer to this question is a resounding yes. By just adding a simple extension, you can unlock these incredible AI capabilities inside a tool that you already know is proven, reliable, and deeply woven into your workflow. Sometimes the most powerful new tool isn't something new at all. It's just an upgrade to the one you already love.